At KSEE24, there's change in the air and on the air. You've seen us take a leadership role in the community by creating the We Are Fresno campaign that celebrates everything great about living in the Central Valley. KSEE24 News has covered every major story for more than half a century. Generations of viewers have invited us into their homes, and we take that invitation seriously. Sure, faces have changed over time, but one thing hasn't changed: the way we do news. KSEE24 News delivers the news that matters.
I think one of the real strengths on the KSEE24 News team are the people, and we've got a staff that's dedicated, that's excited, and they really want to tell stories that matter here in Fresno. And I think that's one of the things that probably sets us apart, is the fact that we spend a considerable amount of time each day separating the wheat from the chaff, taking a look at which stories are really important stories to do and which stories will resonate with the audience.
I think we have the best people. I think we have people who really care about making the product great. And they're passionate about that, and that shows when they tell their stories.
There's something gratifying about telling people's stories, and it's about telling good news. We always hear about bad news, but there's a lot of good news here in the Valley.
We've got a team of people that for the most part are from Fresno or the Central Valley, were born and raised here, understand the issues and the stories that happen here on a daily basis. We've got most of our staff actually went to Fresno State, so we've got that local course knowledge that helps us tell the stories in a way that has some relevance for our audience.
I think that growing up here in the Valley, I feel a special connection to this place, and it feels maybe that much more important for me to come to work and do a good job each day, because I'm connected to this community.
When you watch KSEE24 News, you're hearing stories about real people from the Valley.
For me personally, news that matters are stories that affect me. How is it going to change my day? How is it going to change the way I look at something or the way I buy things?
I've been covering news here in the Central Valley for nearly 30 years, and KSEE24 gives our audience the stories I want as a viewer, the stories that impact families, the stories that impact our kids and our neighborhoods, the stories that make us feel good about where we live. That's the news that really matters.
When you get out and you talk to the people, you find out what's really important to them. You can't do that from behind a desk. You need to be out talking to them, seeing what's on their mind, and once you do that, then you can react and give them stories they care about.
I think when viewers watch KSEE24, they can expect to see stories that matter to them, things that impact their lives. I know when we go out each day, we try to look for things that will apply to every person, things that we feel someone will go home and talk about, share with their friends, their family, and say, hey, you know, did you see this? This is important. This is something that you need to know about.
When you can go out and actually see that the stories you present help people, it's proof right there that what we're doing is working. And it's not only working to rejuvenate the newsroom, but also I think the community is responding.
We are getting fresh faces in here, and I think that's going to allow us to cover more of the bigger stories. I mean, that's what it's going to be. We're going to have more faces on the air to tell more stories.
There's been a lot of changes in the newsroom. There's been cosmetic changes. There's also been changes in philosophy. I think he's brought in really a new attitude. He's rejuvenated the newsroom. Somebody that's really willing to help the people here grow. Somebody who wants to challenge you to get better. And I think that's improving the overall product.
The new energy in the station is really a change in attitude, and that attitude results in better work from everyone. And we're seeing that manifest on the air all the time. Just last week, Jobin did a story about security and the Grizzlies, and his stand-up was fantastic.
What this all adds up to is an investment into our core product, which of course is KSEE24 News. And it really started with an investment into Chris Manson, who we were able to garner as our news director, and who has really been the best choice for positive change in our newsroom. But it doesn't stop there. We're adding more journalists, We're adding more resources. We're acquiring and utilizing more technology. And soon you're going to be able to watch KSEE24 News in a dynamic new way. But what all that adds up to is more focus on delivering news that matters.
KSEE24 News. News that matters.